Hey lovely people, so today our goal is to get the quick hitch hooked up to the box blade. So I'm going to show you the quick hitch, and then I'm going to show you this box blade and show you the problem. What we have is a Harbor Freight purchased quick hitch, and I've already put it on the tractor. It was pretty much a breeze to get it on there, and here's what we're looking like right here. Okay, now what I'm noticing here is the width of this piece that hooks into the upper pin, and what I have is about 1 1/4 inches across. And when I go and I measured from the outside of this to the outside of that, and that's 30 inches. And so when I go over here to the box blade, by the way, this is a 8-foot Kodiak. I think it's heavy duty. We've never hooked it up yet. This will be our first time. So when I measure this, I definitely have over 1 1/4. I actually have 1 1/2. But back here where this angles in, I won't have enough in this spot right here for that hook to come up in there. So what I'm going to do, and by the way, when I measure from the outer to the outer, I've got a little over 30 inches. So I'm good with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this nut and bolt and this nut and bolt, and I'm going to take this arm, see how it's angled in here, I'm going to pick it up and set it on the outside of the frame, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and I'm going to bolt them back together. That should spread this out wide enough so that I'll have a clearing so that my quick hitch can get in there. So let's get to work. That's how it goes sometimes. Okay. Those are popped out. Let's see what we got to do here. All right. That looks easy enough. That's got to be loosened and beaten back a little bit to line up, because it does not line up exactly. Okay. Let's see what needs to happen here. Does that go back? Looks like it does. What do you know? What do you know? All right, now to pick up all this garbage I just dropped. Find my nuts in there. Here's one of the nuts. Now what I'm noticing is this did not seem to spread too much, but I do believe it spread some, and so hopefully that will be enough to get that in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to tighten this down yet. It's not going on too good. Let's try the other side of the nut. Try flipping it over. See if that makes any difference. I'll have to tighten that down, but what I'm going to do now is measure again and see just how much space we have right here. We are just over 2 1/4 or 1 1/4, but we're not over 1 1/4 very far down. So this may be a little bit of a challenge, which means that it might benefit us to actually put some washers between this, the bar and the frame, and pull it out further. That may be what I need to do. After measuring the quick hitch, and actually I put it up here and it got caught. A little bit of it came up above this, but the majority of it was caught down here and it would not seat. And so after doing that, I realized that I obviously got to do something different. And first thing that comes to mind is take these bars off, put them on the outside and come in. But notice how these bars are angled in. The fact that they're angled in like that leads me to believe that I cannot put them out here because they would need to be straight, but yet they're coming in this way. So I just don't think that's an option. I have heard other people say that they had to do some fabrication to get this to work. I would like to avoid that since I am not a welder and I don't have welding equipment to even give it a shot, and I don't necessarily want to buy it just to do a few projects, although I may need to. But yeah, that was my first thought. And as I pull these out, it just doesn't seem like it spreads it far enough to do anything. Now obviously if we were to pull it, if we were to add some sort of a I don't know, like an axle here and bring it much further out that was very stable, really strong, like I said, by welding it and fabricating it, then yeah, this would spread out and I think we'd be in good shape. So today, or for this first project anyway with the box blade, I may just need to hook up traditionally to the tractor. If you guys are not aware what a quick attach is for, and I'm sure most of you are, but if you're completely new to this, a quick attach is designed to be able to put on the back of your tractor and quickly, with just lifting up a couple of handles that locks down here. Well, I'll bring it over here and show you. This is what it looks like here. These go up in here once you're on the tractor, and this one goes up in there, but like I said, it is catching now, and so it wouldn't allow this to work properly. But once it's up in there, you just take these handles and you drop them down and lock it on, and you are able to grab your box blade, go to work, pop it off, lower your 3-point hitch, go over there and grab your scraper blade or whatever implement that you might have that you're wanting to put on the back of your tractor. Now for me, I can't keep it on here all the time because I have a tow behind 15-foot batwing 3150 Rhino, and that's not 3-point connected. That's a towed behind with the PTO shaft and so on. So this will have to come on and off anyway when I do some cutting. But we'll see if we can just get the box blade hooked onto the tractor when we're ready to roll and begin box blading. Not sure that that's going to happen today. Today, actually, we're about to spread this gravel into the barn here, level it out, and get prepared for some concrete. So I'm going to be showing that to you in a upcoming video. I'm taking these and I'm going to stick them inside here on my 3-point because they won't fit through the hole that's in the side of the box blade. or the hitch.
See if this is gonna go through. Need to go a little lower.
That one, that side might not be out far enough.
Let's see what we got here. Looks pretty good. That one's in. Pop the pan on.
Now, the other one is obviously not straight. Maybe I can yank this box blade around a little bit. This thing's not going to budge. So maybe if I go back a little bit, it'll straighten things up. Promising. Let's see what we got. Nope, not quite. Now I'm obviously going to need to lower it a little and see if it'll lower on that side. I'm not level, apparently. What is that, 5-6 times I've got in and out of the tractor? You don't have to do that when you have the quick hitch. We're getting closer. We're in. All right, let's pop the pin in. That was easy, right? No big deal. Now, let's see if we can make this pop in. That's good. So let's take this in some. Let's see if I can find the pin. It's not got the right collar size, but it's certainly a pin that will work. All right. Let's take this and run this all the way up. I believe this is what I need to do. All right. See if we can lift this thing up. I do have to unlock this chain and unhook it. Okay, so we've hooked on the box blade traditionally. First time I've ever done it, so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I get it. That's fine. Please post and tell me everything I did wrong if you know what I could do better. But I'm going to get it up out of this area. And my goal is to try to move a little dirt into some of these mud puddles before my gravel guy comes to start spreading things, because I think it would be better to have some dirt down in those holes versus filling them with gravel, because I have a feeling if I don't, the gravel's going to work its way out and those mud puddles are kind of always going to be there. So let's see if we can do this. what I'm going to attempt to do, I'm going to try to just put a little dirt, push it back with the blade into the mud puddle, and see if we get any benefit of this high ground in there. So since I have no room to come in and pull it forward in, because I can't go back that way due to this pile and this trailer I've got over here, this makes it a little difficult to fill this particular hole. Pushing back, I would only be able to push back basically loose dirt. So all I can think to do is to drop these claws here and pull up some dirt from a particular area and then put it in there. But you know, the best thing I can do, I've got down at the other end of my property, I've got some topsoil. I don't want to waste much topsoil because my goal is to spread the topsoil around here a little bit so I can plant some grass, but I can certainly get enough topsoil in the bucket to fill that hole. So that's going to be my plan. Let's do it. All right, here we go. We're heading down toward the front of the land. So that I got two huge piles of topsoil. We're going to grab one. I put the box blade on the back, of course, to create ballast, so that when I lift the dirt in the bucket, I'll have some more weight back there. My rear tires are not filled with the liquid that you would want to add weight, but I do have the wheel weights that came on the tractor when I purchased it. So between the wheel weights and this 8-foot heavy-duty box blade, I do believe I've got a good amount of ballast. This will be my first time picking up a full load of dirt. I've picked up branches, rocks, shrubs, and stuff like that, but a little bit of dirt, not much, but I don't see this being an issue at all. Let's crank it into 4th gear, and we're in 2nd on these low gears, and we're in 4th on the high. We're gonna pump up the RPMs. You know, something that I'm not really familiar with on this tractor yet is when I'm actually in the when I'm bush hogging, I got the PTO on, I'll show 540 up here, or that's where I'll try to keep it for the RPMs, but that's the PTO RPM. This is the tractor RPM, I'm believing, and so we're at about 2200. Looks like somewhere in the neighborhood. 23 maybe. Anyway, let's get on up here and see if we can get some dirt. I want to go down the driveway and see if we can approach it from that spot, from that side, versus going across the property. Okay, so we're approaching the first pile of topsoil. As you can see, it's had some growth on it over the summer. So we're growing all kinds of weeds up there. We're gonna get up there. I'm gonna have a tough time holding the camera and doing this. I don't yet have a good mount in here for you. But I think what I'm gonna do is simply come across this side and then kind of go forward into it across the ditch, and just grab a little bit and back up, head up that way. See how this does. I have a little bit of a drainage ditch here. It's not too deep, so that's good. All right. So back here, I'm going to lower this slightly. Not too much, because when I level up, it's going to be close to the ground. I'm going to get my RPMs up some and everything else. So I don't know how much of this is dirt, but I tell you what, let's do this. Well, let's get out and look at it. You want to? This is fun, man. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, right? All right, let's go take a peek. Gravel man's late, but that's okay. Okay, well, we got a little dirt in here. I think we got enough to fill up that hole. What do you think? Yeah, it's pretty full. Got a lot of weeds. That's okay. All right, let's just get on up there. Hope I don't dump much of this on my way. Now, when I was out there, I just noticed my box blade's a little high. So let's lower it. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and seat belt since I've got weight in this thing. Let's put it in. Let's go second gear. Let's take it easy. We're gonna go second and second. Pop this parking brake down. Let's cruise on. And what's interesting is the bucket at this angle won't come back anymore to what I would consider level. It has to be, I suppose, up higher to get more level, but obviously I don't want to drive the tractor with all that weight with it up any higher than that it has to be. So we'll cruise on up here, and when we get up here, we'll dump it in that hole and fill it up and kind of try to see if we can push with the box blade with the limited space that we have. Push this stuff back in there and go back and forth a little bit and level it out. Okay. But this is just the beginning of the work that we're going to be doing with the box blade. My hope is the concrete man is going to be bringing the skid steer up here in a dump bed, a dump truck, trailer that is, and I'll be able to take his trailer down there, fill it up with all this topsoil, bring it back up to the property, dump it out, and then take this box blade and spread it out really nice in front of the building and around so that we can plant some seed. It's mid-September now, and this seed needs to go in the ground before too long so that it will take a little bit before winter gets here and it'll be all ready for the spring. All right, let's get up here and go from there. See my posted no trespassing signs? No trespassing. Up there you'll see one that says no trespassing, and it'll say video surveillance. Let's hope it will keep people out with that. If I haven't showed you this yet, look up there in that tree. Let's see if we got a good view up here. Yeah, you see the Rio Link G with the Rio Link Go PT. It stands for pan and tilt with the solar. You just heard my notification come on, showing that I just got motion, and it's recording us as we speak, so I'll get to see that anytime I want to. And then you see no trespassing. Video surveillance. Alright, we'll see you up there. Alright, we are getting closer to the barn, and so thought I'd turn the camera back on. You can watch along as we get up there and we try to dump this in that hole. If I've got any extra, I've got plenty of other holes to fill, and let's go ahead and shove this down into second gear instead of third. Subscribe and share it, like it, whatever you do here, so that come back quickly and see all the projects that we're going to be doing and that we've been doing. This fall, when we lose a lot of leaves, we're going to be taking the DR brush cutter out in the woods, and along with the swisher that I'll be pulling behind on my ATV, and we're going to be cutting some good trails. Well, it's certainly not perfect, not even close, but there's dirt in the hole, and with a rake I can get this much better. But like I said, we're going to bring more dirt in on top of it anyway. It needs more fill, and then we'll level off. But it kind of gives me some excitement to realize that you know, operating this box blade, yeah, it's going to take some time to understand it and realize what I'm doing, and just tweak it and make it good. But just like anything that you do enough, it becomes like another arm for you. And so we'll get there, and I'll be able to spread this dirt all over this area, and it'll be nice. Yeah, guys, that's the 8-foot Kodiak heavy duty box blade on my Case I-875C tractor. And this whole area is what we're talking about, spreading some topsoil. And the dozer came in and pushed off a lot of trees and left some little holes where the stumps were, and of course took off the topsoil. So we need some nutrition here so we can grow some grass. I appreciate you watching this part of the video. Again, like and subscribe, and keep coming back, and we'll do a lot more together here at the lovely place. We'll make it lovely together. Thank you.